New developments in several of Donald Trump's cases.
All right, that includes a civil case here in New York where lawyers for former magazine columnist Carroll are indicating the fight may not be over just yet.
Fox 8's Morgan McKay joins us now with a closer look at what could happen next. Morgan.
Hey, Steve and Natasha. So let's jump right in. First, as you guys know, Carroll has won 2 lawsuits against former President Donald Trump. But now her lawyers are suggesting that Carroll is considering filing a 3rd defamation lawsuit against Trump after this weekend. Carroll filed a civil lawsuit against Trump last year, claiming that he raped her and then later lied about it. A jury found Trump liable for sexual abuse and defamation and awarded her $5 million in damages. Trump continued to make disparaging comments, so earlier this year, Carroll sued again and won. Now, Trump must pay Carroll $83.3 million plus interest. But Trump has again been using the same type of wording against Carroll that he has used in the past. This time on Saturday, Trump complained about the $91.6 million bond he had to post last week, calling Carroll's accusations false and that she is not a, quote, believable person. Carroll's lawyers say they are considering their options. In a separate court filing, Trump and Carroll's lawyers reached an agreement on that $91.6 million bond, Trump agreeing to pay part of that amount while the appeal plays out. The judge must still approve this agreement. Former federal prosecutor Katie Cherkasky explains more.
Typically, a defendant needs to post the entire bond to pursue an appeal, which equates to the entire amount of damages that was adjudged against them. In this case, because it was such an exorbitant and really unprecedented amount of money, the appellate court has agreed essentially to allow him to proceed with more negotiated bond at this point.
Now to Georgia and the election interference case. A judge will decide this week whether Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis should be disqualified and removed from the case. But now the defense is asking that additional witnesses be brought forward. They say that these witnesses will dispute Willis's and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade's statements that their relationship began in 2022. The judge is currently deliberating over whether Willis's personal relationship with Wade presents a conflict of interest, jeopardizing the integrity of the criminal case. If Willis is removed from the case, then this would almost certainly push back the start date for the trial to after the November presidential election. But as Cherkasky explains, there is a question of if this case would proceed at all.
The prosecution could be picked up by another district attorney's office, and the question would be how far back would they have to begin with the indictment process, and certainly they wouldn't be on the verge of going to trial if this case was in fact picked up.
And when it comes to the criminal fraud charges facing Trump here in New York, Trump's attorneys are asking that the trial, which is scheduled to start March 25th, be postponed until after the Supreme Court decides whether Trump can claim presidential immunity. Trump has pleaded not guilty to all these charges. Steve and Natasha?
All right.